Hi everyone, welcome you all. So we have almost finished the chapter computer network and also the syllabus, and only a small portion in this chapter is left that is not that important. And before finishing that, I would like to tell you what are the questions which are really important, and I would like to draw your attention to a specific type of a question which is already always asked. Okay, so without wasting time, let's get into it. And you can see on your screen there is a question from sample paper 2020. So this is the latest sample paper issued by CBSE, and in section 3 you can see a question which is of 5 marks, right? So let us go ahead and read this. My place university is setting up an academic block at Naya Raipur and is planning to set up a network. So basically this company or this university is going to establish a network, and you can easily guess you have to help them. The university has 3 academic blocks, you can see in the diagram as well, and 1 human resource center as shown in the diagram below. Okay, so you can see this is the HR or human resource center, technology block, business block, and law block. Center to center distance between various blocks oblique center is as follows, right? So now you can see we have a different type of distances: law block to business block and so on. Okay, so at this nick of a time, what we are going to do, we to ease out, we will be copying this network, this diagram. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so I have copied this and I am going to open in Paint, and let us paste this one, and here we have pasted. Okay, now I'm going to tell the distance between these two blocks. Okay, let me make it a half, and half my portion is here. Let us increase so that you can easily see this thing. Okay, that's perfectly fine for me. Now let us little bit zoom out and check out this. So law block to the business block, the distance is 40 meter, right? So if I take a pencil and color it with red, law block to this, so this distance, wait a minute, let me increase the size of this. Here to here the distance is 40 meter, right? And I'm going to have this meter as like this. So this is the distance between these two. Law block to the technology block is 80 meters. So here to here we have 80 meter distance, right? And then we have a law block to HR, that is 105 meters. So this distance is 105, right? Okay, so this is the first distance from law block to various other blocks. Now see, business block to the technology block, it is only 30 meter. So here if I choose a different color and see, this distance is only 30 meter. Okay, I think this will be enough, good enough. And then we have a business block to HR center, that is 35 meter. So here to here it is 35 meter. Okay, and technology block to HR, oh sorry, wait a minute, I should be business block to HR center. So this distance is your 30 meter. Okay, 30 meter, let's say. And the last is technology block to HR, that is 15 meter. So here to here the distance is only 15 meter, right? So this is the overview, or you can say bird eye view of the different blocks. Now number of computer in each of the blocks is as follows. Okay, I'm going to take a green color to demonstrate the number of systems. So we have 15 here. Okay, my handwriting is not that good. Technology is 40. Let's say write a 40 here. And we have HR center, that is 115. So highest number of systems is in HR center. And finally we have a 25 in business block. Okay, so this is the scenario. Now coming to the questions, this one is really easy. You must be focusing on to score 5 marks without you can say going into deep, and you don't have to worry about each and every term about this chapter. You just have to focus on this, and if you focus on today's video, you will find that you will be in good position to score 5 marks. Okay, so let us read this one. Suggest the most suitable place to install the server of the university with a suitable reason. Right? So now when you are choosing a place for installing a centralized device, whether it is a server, whether it is a printer or a broadband connection or anything, any resource which should be shared over a network, then you should be choosing the place or a block where you have maximum number of systems. So according to our this rule, we should have this block as a center, and there is a rule called 80-20 rule. The rule name is 80-20 rule. According to that, 80% of the traffic must be local and 20% of the traffic must be outside. So if you have a server installed in let's say this block, so these 115 systems or user will give a load on your network. Okay, so that will be a difficult situation, because to access this server they will be depending or utilizing your bandwidth of your local LAN. Okay, but if you install a server where you have a maximum number of clients, so these will not be sharing the bandwidth with other systems, and they can freely communicate with each other, or network load will be reduced. So this is the simple logic behind why we have chosen the HR block, because it has maximum number of systems. Hope this is a clear reason. You can simply specify HR center will be our choice for installing a server, because according to 80-20 rule, we should be having a 20% of the traffic which should be outside, and 80% of the traffic should be local. That's why we have chosen this block oblique center for installing server or an internet connection or a print server or any other device which can be shared. Hope this answers this question. Now the next question is, suggest an ideal layout for connecting these block center for a wired connectivity. Now you have to suggest a wired connectivity. So obviously you need to select the topology, which topology you are going to choose. So most suitable topology, if you are concerning your bandwidth, or then you should be choosing a star topology. And if you are considering a low cost setup, then you should choose a bus topology, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have another paint window. Let's say we have a paint. Okay, I have a new window of a paint, and let us copy this one again, and let's see this first scenario. Okay, and then we will choose. Okay, now one layout can be a very simple layout. Let me choose a pencil here and choose the color, let's say like this. So here to here, that is a 40 meter, and here to here we have a 30 meter, and here to here we have a 15 meter. Okay, I think this is the shortest way in which we can connect these all blocks. So total wire length will be 40 plus 30 is equals to 70. 70 plus 15 is equals to 85 meters. So total cost will be only 35 meter if we consider this. Okay, so low cost, if you have a low budget, then you should be opting a bus topology which should connect like this. Okay, now consider a scenario where you are connecting in another way, right? For example, if I use this way to connect, like, so you are already using 105 meter of wire, and then you are using a 40 meter of a wire, and you are using a 30 meter of a wire. So total will be 70 plus 105, that is 175. I think network traffic load is equal in both these scenarios, but this requires less cable length and hence it is more cost effective. I think you should be getting the reason why we have chosen this topology or this layout instead of this one. Okay, now let us get back and see another scenario or another suggestion which can be opted. Right, now one way of doing it is if we see efficiency of the network, then we should be using somewhat like this. Okay, so here we are not considering the length of the cable. Here we are just bothered about efficiency of the network, right? So we have HR block as a center. So most of the in this case, these people can communicate with 115 computers. These 25 can also communicate to 115, and these 15 can also communicate with this. So this will be more efficient in terms of connectivity, right? So you can suggest two layouts depending upon the different factors. If you have a low budget, go for this, and if you are more concerned about the connectivity and sharing of bandwidth or efficiency of the network, then you should be using a star topology with a center. You should be keeping the center having the maximum number of systems. Okay, so these two are the probable options, and my suggestion will be to go with this. Okay, otherwise if you make a block like this or layout like this, in both the scenarios you should be getting marks. Okay, let us get back to our question section again, and let me maximize this. Okay, which device will you suggest to place install in each of these blocks center to efficiently connect all the computers within these blocks center? So it is saying which device or which network device we should be installing to so that each of the computer can be connected with each other. So in each of the block we should be installing hub or a switch. Okay, hub and switch are the device which can distribute connections. Okay, so you need a hub or a switch. Now coming to the question C, which device will you suggest? Okay, we have read this. We have to look into section D. Suggest the placement of a repeater in the network with justification. Right, so repeater is needed where your wire length is more than 100 meters, and according to the layout suggested, if you have given the layouts like this, here you do not need a repeater, but if you connect like that this way, you need a repeater here. Okay, because cable length is more than 100, right? So between HR and law block we need a repeater as the distance between these two blocks are more than 100. Okay, hope you got the answer of this one. Now the last one, the university is planning to connect its admission office in Delhi, which is more than 1,250 kilometers from the university. Which type of network out of LAN, MAN or WAN will be formed? Justify your answer. right? I already told you, whenever we are talking about type of network, you have to choose amongst LAN, MAN and WAN. Forget the idea about the layouts, that is ring topology or star topology, mesh topology or bus topology. You don't have to choose among these. You have, when we are talking about a type of network, it should be from these three, or actually four. WAN is also there. So obviously the distance is too much, so we should be using a WAN. Okay, hope you got the answers and hope you will find this thing easy. On the basis of this, you can try other questions. Okay, I will be giving you one more question. We have sample paper of a previous year, that is 1920. I think there must be a question from this. Let's simply go back to extreme and check out. Okay, now you can see this question. Check out. Software development company has set up its new center at Raipur. Let me have this. Raipur for its office and web-based activity. It has 4 blocks of a building named A, B, C and D. Number of computers, you can check it out. These are the number of computers. I will be really slow. You can pause the screen and note down. Then you have a shortest distance between various block in meters, right? Block A to B and so on. And then we have questions which follows like this: suggest a more suitable place to host the server of this company with a suitable reason. If you do not know the reason, just go back and rewind the video and check it out. What is the reason and why? What are the benchmarks for installing the server or any other device which should be shared in the network? Such a type of network to collect all the blocks with suitable reasons. Okay, so you have to specify the network layout. The company is planning to link all the blocks through a secure and high speed wired medium. So just a way, okay, this here you have to specify the layout. So the type of a network, which type of a network is to be found when you have connected all these blocks. You can write the answer amongst LAN, WAN and MAN. Okay, now the fourth one is suggest the most suitable wired medium for efficiently connecting each computer installed in every block out of the following network cables: coaxial cable, ethernet cable or single pair telephone cable, right? So I think for the efficiency of the network, you can easily guess which of the cable can carry uh, more signals or more data. According to that, you can choose the answer, right? So it is up to you. Submit your answers and then we can discuss these in next video. That's all for today. Hope you liked it and you will follow these, right? So bye bye and have a nice day.